everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's the Cowboys going up against the Panthers. With that, let's get up to Charlotte, North Carolina, as we bring in our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Panthers. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25. Five-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Okay, starting lineup time offensively, Charles, for the Dallas Cowboys.
And how about them at number 4 in the 2016 draft? Big needs on the defensive line, and they go with the running back.
They go star power.
They went star power, but Ezekiel Elliott, in a lot of ways, was exactly the right decision. When they had winning success in 2014, they did it running the football. Elliott can do that for them again.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
Charles Johnson off the edge. A long day for any offensive tackle.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Luke Kuechly in there to drop it for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep for the Panthers, Ted Ginn. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Stewart is the lone setback. Now it's Newton. And the tight end Dixon left side. Give him 11 on the gain there. And that leads to a Carolina first down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
It's the Wildcat with Stewart. And the gadget package there won't do much for him. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Morris Claiborne makes the play defensively. When we look at this unit like we are now, Greg Olsen has become such a reliable target in this league.
Loves to be considered the #1 option in the passing game in the offense he plays, and he lives up to it. Knows the defense is set for him, knows how to beat them.
He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And a look at the defense for the Cowboys.
Morris Claiborne is a former first-round pick at cornerback with skills that can match up with anyone when he's at his best.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He gets it to ground, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now Stewart on first down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And the numbers down a bit from their Super Bowl year this season for Jonathan Stewart. Did have some injuries. He finished with 824 yards. 9 touchdowns, though. Good in that department.
When it's around the goal line, he's a terrific runner because he knows how to get there, and he can run through contact, run through trash, as we like to say. That's part of the reason he accumulates the injuries that he does, because he runs inside a lot and takes on those linebackers. But we're going to work on Jonathan Stewart in the offseason, get him healthy, and have him back ready to go for next season. Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down. From the gun on third down, Newton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win, and the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. A second down throw for Prescott. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Here's Prescott looking for his tight end, Witten, and it's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together.
Let's go!
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Mario Addison. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not to...
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on a final play of this first quarter. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Going up top. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on to it at second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Back to the air, Newton on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
A lot of teams love to throw screen passes. They want to tire out defenses because they make them run a lot. But there are a lot of moving parts on a play for an offense when they call that one. Because you got the linemen that have to move. You have the wide receivers have to get out and vacate. You get the running back that's got to make a little fake and then get out into the route. And, of course, the quarterback, he's got to hold in there and know he's probably going to take a big hit before he lofts the screen off to the back. Why didn't he catch it? That's all he needed to do for them to be successful.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
They come out here in the eye. Newton to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught.
Okay, I have to take a second here and talk about Greg Olsen, the tight end for the Carolina Panthers. Third straight year over 1,000 yards in receptions. And guess what? That's the first time that's ever happened in NFL history. 3 straight years by a tight end.
That's really something. Now 31 years of age. They're going to need him next year to turn it around, because a very disappointing season. Not
the season anyone expected, least of all the Carolina Panthers, but he's a building block that they can go ahead and get back to form starting in 2017. Kelvin Benjamin bounced back from an ACL injury in 2015 to really good health in 2016 and had a 100-plus yard game early in the season, so it looked like he was all the way back. But Brandon, the rest of the year, never broke 100 yards again.
That is hard to believe. He had a stretch late in the season. He went 18 yards, 11 yards, 20 yards. That's just not what you expect from him and the Panthers.
Not at all. I don't think it's all his fault, but they're going to be looking for another breakout season from him next year. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
After the run, Newton going to throw. That is caught inside the 5. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the second quarter is starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Newton, and he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton taking it in, and the Panthers are able to grow their lead. So with 2nd and goal, still had a couple of downs to work with. They tried to sneak, and they got in.
I like the idea that they did it early in the down and distance count. 2nd down as opposed to waiting later on. I think it fooled them a little bit, but how about the push they got up front to get the quarterback through?
Big push and a touchdown to boot. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Prescott now on second down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Paul Soliai never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. Third and long for Prescott. Flushed out right. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Ginn. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Carolina getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look close.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So they're operating in the red zone. On 1st and 10, Newton. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Newton now on second down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
A glance back at 2016 for Dez Bryant. 50 receptions, under 800 yards, had 8 touchdowns. What do you make of the season that Dez had?
Well, remember, it started with Dez injured, so it took a little while for him to get started. I'm going to make a bold prediction for you. Would not shock me at all. His catch number next year, and darn near doubled his receiving yardage total. Because if he's healthy all year long, they're going to want to take some pressure off of the run game themselves, and Dak Prescott in his second season should be that much more confident throwing it downfield.
12 yards there as they move the chains.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Des Bryant, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. On second down, Prescott again. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Third and short yardage, Prescott. He completes it to Bryant. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. Prescott flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They come up in an offset eye. On second down, they run with Stewart. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the third quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking, and now you're establishing the running game.
A great run that time by Stewart. 42 yards. He had been held in check. Now he breaks that big run. Shows the explosiveness we all knew was there.
All right, tell the truth now. You knew it was just a matter of time, didn't you? We've seen this so many times from him. Hold him down, and then breaks out.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Greg Olsen, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Panthers have got it on cruise control. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll come out in the pistol. This is Stewart again. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
Smiles, everyone, smiles, because when Cam Newton and Greg Olsen hook up like they've been doing throughout this game, that's one big reason why they're winning.
What makes Greg Olsen so tough to cover?
I think he really is a wide receiver in the tight end's body. He runs his routes with such great precision and some physical toughness, and he really fights and competes for the ball.
And then, of course, it helps to have Cam Newton throwing it to you. They keep it on the ground. Again to Stewart. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle. And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on third down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Stewart is the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. A play fake to Stewart. It's Newton. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And it's third down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Throwing is Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Now they pitch it. It's Stewart. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart, his second touchdown of the night. And the Panthers just continue to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. They go back to the air here after the INT. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On second down, Elliott. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jonathan Stewart, a 23-yard run. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he's able to put it through. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. But they're hoping.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. K1 short. Coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. Shift together here from the D-line. Prescott. Out left side here to Bryant. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Let's go. 3rd and long for Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time. And that brings up 4th down.
Very difficult night for the guys on offense. They've got to be looking at each other in the huddle and on the sidelines. How are we going to find some open space to complete a pass and find open room to run? This defense all night long has squeezed down the passing lanes, made plays on the football. It's really been a thing of beauty for them. He's got to figure all day long prepping for the game. They had to have talked about it again and again. Squeeze passing lanes, and we'll be in great shape.
And quickly, they get to the line. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Prescott on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. 2nd down, Prescott. Flushed out right. Time for a break. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Prescott, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Jason Witten, the intended target. Now 4th down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Here we go. 1, 9, let's round. Let's round. Let's go.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. They come out here in the I. They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Justin Durant.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from tilting the rock that much.
The busy night continuing for Stewart. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
2nd down, 9 yards to go.